So this home right here takes less than 1 hour to build. Let me explain how this works. Our homes have always been built like this. It takes months to build your average home, and during that time, all your materials are exposed to the elements. Rain, snow, heat. The life of your home starts ticking as soon as the first boards are laid out, but that's not the case with Boxable. Paulo Tremonti and his Boxable team are here to revolutionize the way we build homes. Located in Las Vegas, Nevada, Boxable can build and assemble an entire home in a matter of hours. They have managed to design a modular home that is less than $50,000 and small enough to be shipped anywhere in the world. Boxable is not only a faster solution to your housing needs, but also is affordable and portable. And today, we're going to find out how.
So Boxable is a design company, so everything we do has to be beautiful at the end of the day. So that goes down to a completely tiny granular level, and even big spaces like this, we want to have a beautiful collaborative space for our staff. We actually have a packed up Boxable behind us right here, which is quite nice. You know, we're very grateful to our customers. You know, tens of thousands of folks have expressed interest in Boxable, 100,000 pre-orders. I mean, it's absolutely a staggering sort of once in a lifetime event, I think, at the beginning of the Boxable company. So to express our appreciation and to answer all the intense interest in the company, we've actually set up the entrance like a Jurassic Park or a Disney ride. And we have behind us here the factory tour where the doors automatically open. It's just like Disney World, and we put them in the car, we put them in PPE, the personal protective equipment, and we give them a tour.
Amazing. Let's get started.
Let's go.
So this is where the factory starts.
Absolutely. What we're seeing here is Factory 1.
I mean, this is amazing. Tell me the square footage here. The volume of this factory is insane.
Here we have 172,000 square feet. It is 1/8 of a mile long. It's 4 acres under a roof. So because we're in a factory and we're not out in a field like everybody else with bits of wood and hammers and nails, we can use very large equipment, and we don't have to use traditional processes. And I would say it starts over here with the CNC cutting. CNC cutting means it's just a computer cutting panels.
Almost like fabricating the raw materials for the lamination, right?
Yes. I think if you think of two analogies, that the Boxable, when it comes together, is a big jigsaw puzzle with everything cut by a machine, so everything is perfect. And then the Boxables themselves, the way they go together is a Legos. And what can't you build with Legos? You can build everything. So we'll make these empty building boxes in about 3 sizes, and then we configure them. Configuration just means what do we put inside.
Gotcha.
We turn it into a living room, a bedroom. So it's incredibly modular, and that allows us to do extraordinarily high volume production and lower the cost and raise the quality.
You briefly mentioned some of the materials used, which is steel and concrete, but you guys also use a lot of high density foam as in a really unique way, part of the structure, and at the same time, the key element that provides a ton of efficiency to these units, right?
Exactly. So if you see behind us, this is actually where the process starts, where we actually assemble the panels. So we are steel, concrete, and insulation material compressed together with about 250,000 pounds of pressure.
Wow.
And you can imagine if you want to stay hot, you're living in a thermos, and if you want to stay cool, you're living in an igloo cooler. That's the best way to think of Boxable in terms of its thermal efficiency.
And I think that provides a tremendous value because no matter which part of the country you live in, you're dealing with some sort of a harsh climate at some point of the year, whether it's snow, whether it's heat. Having that kind of a foam structure really allows these units to be efficient. Can we cover these? Because I actually don't know what they are.
So these are actually forklift pockets. So, you know, a forklift allows us to go in, or our customers to go in, pick the house up to 2 stories. It saves a tremendous amount of money instead of a crane. So this is actually buried in the floor of each Boxable building shell that we build.
Amazing.
So really quite a breakthrough.
That way, as you're lifting out the house assembly, you're not damaging your subfloors and all that.
Exactly. In fact, there's a tremendous amount of steel in the casita. If we look to your left here, we see these giant I-beams. Imagine this casita, which is only 20 foot by 20 foot, and we have a total of 6 of these huge steel I-beams in each casita. And if I can bring you around here, so you know, who would build a home like this?
That's beyond overkill.
Beyond overkill.
Beyond overkill in such a positive way, because even though they are your hinge assembly, they eventually become your lateral part of your structure.
So yeah, we get multiple uses out of them. First of all, we are overkill. We want to raise the standard of building construction.
You guys take pride in that.
We absolutely do. Secondly, if we have a house with folding panels, easier said than done. This is how we do it.
Amazing. And honestly, I think this design and how you guys put these hinges together is truly one of the most unique aspects of this brand.
Yes, absolutely.
And to me, it makes perfect sense because these hinges solve so many different problems. Transportation,
Yep.
strength, practicality, and allowing you guys to keep these homes at a small footprint till they're assembled, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is they're unpacked, but we want to make sure that if our customer wants to pack and unpack hundreds of times, these will unpack and pack hundreds of times. So it really changes the way folks think about their home. They can take it with them.
Now, I need you to tell us a little bit about your wall panels, because to explain to everyone, they're not just assembled walls. The materials chosen here, the interior, instead of drywall, they have a different cladding. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the steel and concrete is what we were talking about here, and you can see we have the steel on the outside, the concrete, and then on the interior is something, it's like a ceramic concrete panel that we use instead of drywall. Drywall is nasty, it's crumbly, it's not built for transportation.
It molds.
Yeah, exactly, and this has a 0 fire rating. And the way we construct these things, we can see that the hinge beam that we saw earlier on is now actually buried into the infrastructure of the ceiling panel. And because the machine is cutting the roof, you can see all the holes are cut and things like that for the lights.
Amazing. Tell me your current timeline process, how quick you guys can produce one of these homes, and where you guys want to see Boxable in terms of the future growth.
So we do in fact have very high ambitions for Boxable. It has been engineered from the ground floor to be made in a factory with production. Having said that, we've been in the factory only 5 weeks, and I think that's it took maybe 3 weeks to make the first one. It's now taking probably, we're making 2 houses a week now.
Yeah.
We're going to 6 houses a week next week. And when we're in full production, we will be able to put out a house every 90 minutes from this facility. And I think once we're fully dialed in with Factory 2, I'm thinking around 15 minutes, a quarter of an hour to build a complete home. Absolutely staggering.
That's fascinating. I'm gonna wrap your head around for a second. In 15 minutes, they can produce a home that is overkill for any kind of environment, super efficient, foldable, and can be transported to anywhere, pretty much around the world if you want to. When I had the chance to talk to some of your team members, they mentioned that in the future, the goal is you're gonna be able to go to Boxable's website, pick the layouts you want, pick the finishes you want, literally digitally see the end product that you're ordering. Don't have to talk to anyone, you can just press order and Boxable builds it for you exactly to your spec, to the perfection, and you just get the delivery, which would be honestly really fascinating to see. Now I want to talk about cost. Obviously you guys are really trying to make these homes affordable. Casita is an important model. It starts around $49,000 and change, but I know you guys have plans to expand the modular units. I believe there's a unit for 20 feet by 20 feet, then there's another unit for 20 feet by 40 feet. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Think about those big Legos again, 2020, 2030, and 2040. And you'll be able to build almost anything with those 3 sizes, and you'll be able to stack them, connect them, we believe up to 5 stories high, 3 currently, and you can cantilever them, connect them, so you get 3 decks on one side, 3 porches on the other. Really, it's endless.
Amazing.
So what we have here is actually a prototype, and so we put it out here, but it's essentially fairly close to production.
Gotcha.
But still, it gives the idea of how it unpacks. And we'll see it unpack now. So
I'm assuming those are the braces that kind of holds it together. again, key factor here, 8.5 foot. You can actually put this on a trailer, transport it wherever you want. Super fascinating. And it's hard to believe that within this assembly, they have a full-size kitchen and bathroom assembled in this form.
That's right. It's 8.5 foot wide, so that means it can ship all around the world with no permits, no flag cars, no nothing. Put it on a trailer and you go.
That's amazing.
And I think that when the public starts receiving these, this is going to be a beautiful moment, you know.
Coolest
for
unboxing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And who would have thought something as basic mechanics like a hinge can really help you guys build something truly one of a kind. And I'm just seeing how the whole assembly comes together. Even your flat roof just basically unfolds.
Exactly.
And those hinges are both playing a huge role with the engineering of it. It gives structural support, and it literally makes this dream basically possible.
Exactly.
So when people assemble these modular homes on their own sites, do they hire their own crew? Do you guys actually provide the team that assembles these homes? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the unpacking itself and the delivery, so Boxable will deliver the product, and what we're doing is, obviously this is just an empty.
It's an example.
Shell. We are now just starting a Boxable University, where we will have certified installers all over the country. So a potential homeowner will be able to just go online, put in their zip code, choose a couple of certified installers, interview them, pick them the one they like, and that contractor is going to know a box will be able to unpack it for them. And it's a beautiful thing, because it's a stressful thing for somebody to buy a home. If they're having it unpacked and installed by one of our certified installers, that certified installer has to behave himself and do a fantastic job. So it's a sort of a
regulated
trifecta.
by you guys.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
And that allows us to blanket the whole country really very, very quickly. Welcome to the Boxable Casita, and I'll give you the quick tour. First of all, you'll notice 9.5 foot ceilings.
Amazing.
Absolutely staggering ceiling height, and to unpack from the box that it packs down to is pretty staggering. A luxury home has 9 foot ceilings, as you know, and taller. And then the other thing you'll notice are these great 8 foot tall windows and 3 foot wide doors. So there's nothing small about the casita, just because you're living in a modest space.
This does not in any way feel small at all. It's nicely laid out. The furniture you have here, they're not like the smallest micro furniture either. And this model, I know not all models comes this way, but has these accordion sliding glass doors, right?
Yeah, exactly. This was just for a prototype that we did. We typically have with the casita 2 large windows here and here, but you can see, irrespective, it would be flooded with light. And then the design of the casita, I think our architects did really a job for the ages. I mean, I think this is a classic design forever. It's basically into quadrants, and we came in actually through what would be the back door. Imagine 400 square feet, you've got a front door and a back door. It's very nice.
It's very nice.
And so the back of the house is the bedroom, and over here to my left we have a full-size queen bed. You mentioned there's nothing undersized. Exactly right. Everything is full-size inside the casita. So it is very nice queen-size bed, and behind you an absolutely full-size
spacious
bathroom.
I mean, you have a water closet, same floors goes in here. You have a nice vanity with a sink and a lot of countertop space. LED lit mirrors we're used to touring home, so I'm just picking up all these details. Even you have your barn door design sliding glass door assembly for your walk-in shower, one single unit. And you mentioned in the factory, these are not drywall.
No, exactly. So this is the ceramic concrete panels, and it's incredibly tough and incredibly strong. And then the front of the house, so again, this is just a sample prototype, but this would be a front door.
Got it.
So folks would enter in here, and then again, those quadrants. So we had the back of the house is the sleeping bathroom quadrant, and then the front of the house is the living room and I guess the snacking.
It's almost like you have 4 basically corners.
Yes.
And each serves a purpose.
Yes, exactly. So even, you know, nice size couch for the size of the unit, fireplace, we have a TV
that turns on each side so you can watch it from your bed or
exactly.
here.
And then the kitchen, really, everybody loves their kitchen. We have, as you can see, you know, full size appliances. And remember, this is all included. Giant Z-Wave countertop to spread out while you're cooking. And even this really nice
little dining area.
breakfast bar, you know, with a little whimsy, you know, LED lamp, but it just brings the scale down to when it's cozier. And then for wash and dryer over here, combination is all included. And, you know, the lights, LED, very low energy, dimmable. And then the heating and cooling are these mini splits. We don't use the HVAC because we don't like the ducting and the mold and the sneezing. So this is basically automotive style air conditioning. It's spectacularly efficient.
Everybody in Europe uses them. They work great. Very nice. I mean, and some of the finishes that are here are designed or picked in a way with considering cost in mind. Obviously, I know you guys work really hard to get that number under $50,000. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So design and cost are paramount. So we want to hit a broad audience, so that means neutral colors. I'm not actually a big fan of any color. I just like black, white, and gray myself. So we stay very neutral with our colors, and we stay very neutral with the design. So for example, this design of kitchen cabinets, if you put modern knickknacks around and furniture, it looks modern. If you put traditional furniture, it looks traditional. And so we sort of strike the middle of the road. And then, but yeah, really very high quality appliances. And the reason we can get very high quality is the volume. You know, we can leverage that volume with our suppliers. They're happy.
Get the cost down.
Get the cost down, pass it along to the customer, and deliver, you know, high quality products.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
As the way we build homes changes, Boxable is making a huge impact on the way people see the future of housing, and I, for one, can't wait to see how far their vision goes. All right, everyone. That's it for the tour. What an amazing day. And I'm so glad we got a chance to tour this phenomenal facility. What Boxable is doing here is truly inspiring, and I hope in the future we can tour their new facilities as well. And as always, you can find more information about them down in the description of this video. Lastly, if you enjoyed the tour, just make sure to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys next week.